6 powerful anti-aging exercises that will transform your body after 50. Unfortunately, aging isn't just about aesthetics. We lose mobility, muscles weaken, pain begins, and the body stops responding as it once did even to movements that used to be simple. This is an inevitable process in human history. However, one thing needs to be clear. There are 80-year-olds who have bodies that are more fit and active than some 50-year-olds. This makes it very clear that all that separates you from an active body, regardless of your current age, are your habits, especially the exercises you practice. So today you'll see 6 powerful anti-aging exercises that will transform your body after 50. Before we begin, tell me in the comments your name and how long you've been training. Exercise number 1, Farmer's Walk. The Farmer's Walk, also known as Farmer's Carry in English, is a functional exercise with roots in strength sports like strongman. The concept is simple: pick up heavy weights and walk with them. But don't be fooled by the simplicity. This movement is one of the most complete you can add to your routine after 50. This technique originates from rural activities where farmers needed to carry equipment and harvests over long distances. The movement was later adapted for strength competitions, and today is recognized as one of the most functional exercises available for any age. The benefits of this exercise are exceptional, especially for those over 50. The Farmer's Walk significantly strengthens the grip, something that naturally diminishes with age. Did you know that hand grip strength is an important indicator of longevity? Studies show that people with greater grip strength tend to live longer and with better quality of life. Additionally, this exercise intensely works the core, all those muscles that stabilize your spine and pelvis. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is its ability to work functional strength in an integrated manner. Unlike isolated exercises, the Farmer's Walk engages multiple muscle groups simultaneously, simulating everyday movements like carrying groceries or luggage. To execute it correctly, you'll need 2 weights, which can be dumbbells, kettlebells, or even water bottles for beginners. Start with a weight that is challenging, but allows you to maintain proper posture. Hold the weights at your sides with arms extended. Keep your shoulders back and down, chest elevated, and core activated. Now simply walk with controlled steps for a determined distance or time. A mistake I see many people make is letting their shoulders roll forward. This puts excessive pressure on the spine and reduces the benefits for the core. Another common error is selecting weights that are too light and don't provide enough stimulus, or excessively heavy weights that compromise posture. For beginners over 50, I recommend starting with 2 to 3 sets of 30 seconds of walking, with 60 seconds of rest between them. You can progress by increasing the time, the weight carried, or reducing the rest interval to 45 seconds. The secret is in consistency and gradual progression. Exercise number 2, Dead Hang. The dead hang is a surprisingly simple exercise, but incredibly effective for combating many problems associated with aging. Basically, it consists of hanging from a bar with extended arms. Yes, just hanging. This simplicity hides a powerful tool for improving the health of your spine and shoulders. This movement has its origins in natural mobility practices. Primates, our evolutionary ancestors, spent much of their time hanging from branches, which kept their shoulders healthy and their spines aligned. In the modern world, we've lost this habit, and with it, much of our natural mobility. What many people don't know is that the dead hang offers a natural decompression of the spine. When you hang, gravity helps to gently stretch the spine, creating space between the vertebrae that often compress with age and poor posture. This effect can significantly relieve back pain and improve overall posture. For the shoulders, the benefit is equally impressive. The dead hang promotes mobility of the glenohumeral joint and scapula, combating the stiffness that naturally develops with aging. This mobility is essential for preventing injuries and maintaining range of motion for everyday activities, such as reaching for objects on high shelves or putting on a jacket. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel a comfortable stretch in your shoulders and along your spine, without sharp pain. The sensation should be one of relief, not intense discomfort. To execute it correctly, find a firm horizontal bar high enough that your feet don't touch the ground when hanging. Grip the bar with hands at shoulder width, using an overhand grip. Let your body hang completely, relaxing your shoulders. Maintain only the necessary tension in your hands to avoid falling. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will help you progress with long-term health in the world of bodybuilding. A common error is keeping the shoulders tense during the exercise. Remember that the goal is to decompress and relax, not create more tension. Another frequent mistake is using a grip that's too narrow or too wide, which can reduce the benefits or overload specific joints. For those starting after 50, I recommend beginning with 3 to 5 sets of 10 to 20 seconds, depending on your current physical condition. Over time, gradually increase to 30, 45, and even 60 seconds per set. If you can't support your full body weight initially, there are assisted options, such as using a chair to partially support your feet or using elastic bands. Exercise number 3, cycling. Our list needed to have a cardiovascular exercise, and cycling is perfect for those over 50. Unlike running, which can be impactful on the joints, cycling offers a complete cardiovascular workout while protecting knees, hips, and ankles from repetitive impact. Cycling has a long history as a leisure activity and transportation, but only in recent decades has science proven its extraordinary benefits for healthy aging. This activity stands out for combining cardiovascular conditioning with low-impact muscle strengthening, creating the perfect balance for mature bodies. The cardiovascular benefits of cycling are particularly relevant after 50, when the risk of heart disease increases significantly. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association showed that adults who cycle regularly have 15% less risk of suffering cardiovascular events compared to those who don't practice this activity. The heart, like any other muscle, needs to be worked to remain strong, and cycling offers exactly the necessary stimulus. Beyond the cardiac benefits, cycling is exceptional for metabolic health. Researchers from the University of Birmingham discovered that regular cyclists over 55 maintain levels of muscle mass and immune function comparable to those of people decades younger. This suggests that regular pedaling can effectively slow aspects of biological aging. One of the most interesting aspects of cycling is its ability to improve brain health. The increased blood flow to the brain during exercise, combined with the coordination needed to pedal, stimulates neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. A study from the University of Illinois demonstrated that just 30 minutes of cycling can temporarily improve working memory and reaction time in older adults. The beauty of cycling lies in its adaptability. It can be practiced outdoors, connecting you with nature and promoting psychological well-being, or on stationary bikes indoors, allowing precise control of intensity and eliminating concerns about weather conditions or traffic safety. To get the maximum benefit after 50, I recommend starting with 20 to 30-minute sessions, 3 times a week. At moderate intensity, you should be able to talk, but with some effort. Gradually increase to 45 minutes, and eventually to 60-minute sessions, always respecting your body's sensations. A mistake I see many people make is ignoring proper bike adjustment. The height of the saddle, the distance to the handlebars, and other adjustments are not just matters of comfort. They are essential to avoid injuries and maximize benefits. Consider a professional evaluation to adjust your bike to your specific body proportions. Exercise number 4, tree pose. The tree pose, or vrikshasana in Sanskrit, is an ancient exercise derived from yoga that proves extraordinarily beneficial for people over 50. This seemingly simple exercise hides a complex network of benefits, particularly focused on balance, a skill that naturally diminishes with age. Originating in ancient India, this posture was developed not just as a physical exercise, but as a meditative practice that connects body and mind. Its name derives from the stability and rooted strength of a tree, qualities that become increasingly valuable as we age. What makes this exercise particularly valuable for those over 50 is its ability to work on single-leg balance. Did you know that the ability to balance on one leg is a powerful predictor of longevity and independence in old age? Studies show that diminished balance is directly related to increased risk of falls, which represent one of the main causes of serious injuries and loss of independence in the elderly. The tree pose intensely works the small, stabilizing muscles of the ankles, knees, and hips, which are fundamental for maintaining balance during everyday activities, such as walking on uneven surfaces or climbing stairs. Additionally, this exercise strengthens the core, improving overall posture and reducing the risk of lower back pain. To execute it correctly, start standing with parallel feet and arms at your sides. Distribute your weight equally between both feet and find a fixed point in front of you to focus your gaze. Gradually transfer your weight to your right foot and lift your left foot off the ground. Place the sole of your left foot against the inside of your right leg, either at the calf or thigh, avoiding direct pressure on the knee. When you feel stable, bring your palms together in front of your chest or extend your arms above your head, like the branches of a tree. A common mistake is to focus exclusively on the elevated foot, forgetting the importance of the supporting leg. The foot that's on the ground should be firmly planted, with toes slightly spread to create a stable base. Another frequent error is holding your breath during the exercise, which increases tension and makes balance more difficult. Keep your breathing slow and steady. For beginners over 50, I recommend starting with 3 sets of 15 to 30 seconds on each leg, possibly with the support of a wall or chair nearby. As you progress, gradually increase to 60 seconds or more. Remember that the quality of balance is more important than duration. An interesting progression is to experiment with variations in eye positioning. First, with open eyes fixed on a point, then with eyes closed for short periods, further challenging your proprioceptive system. You can also increase the challenge by performing the exercise on unstable surfaces, such as a cushion or pillow, but only when you've mastered the basic version. Exercise number 5, calf raises. Calf raises are often neglected in training programs, especially by people over 50. However, this seemingly simple exercise is crucial for maintaining mobility, balance, and circulatory health as we age. The calf is a fascinating muscle group that performs functions far beyond what most people imagine. Composed mainly of the gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, this region is fundamental for human locomotion, being responsible for approximately 80% of the propulsive force when walking and running. What many people don't know is that the calf is considered the second heart of the human body. This is because, when we contract and relax these muscles, they help pump blood from the lower extremities back to the heart, working against gravity. This mechanism is crucial for preventing circulatory problems such as varicose veins and edema, conditions that become more common after 50. Additionally, calf strength is directly related to balance and fall prevention. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology demonstrated that elderly people with stronger calves exhibited better postural stability and lower risk of falls compared to those with weakness in this region. Considering that a fall after 50 can mean serious fractures and permanent loss of mobility, the importance of this exercise cannot be understated. To execute it correctly, position yourself on the edge of a step or elevated platform, with only the front part of your feet supported and your heels free. Hold lightly onto a support to maintain balance. Lower your heels as much as possible, feeling the stretch in your calves, and then rise onto the tips of your toes, completely contracting the muscles. The complete movement should be controlled, without impulses or abrupt movements. A mistake I see many people make is performing the exercise on a flat surface, which significantly limits the range of motion. Execution on a step allows for greater stretching and greater muscle recruitment. Another common error is neglecting variation in foot positions. To work all muscle portions, it's important to alternate between parallel feet, slightly open and slightly closed. It's important to highlight that the calf is predominantly composed of slow twitch fibers, which means it responds better to longer series. For those over 50, I recommend 3 to 4 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions, with a 60-second interval between them. The rhythm should be controlled. 2 seconds to rise, 1 second of contraction at the top, and 2 seconds to lower. Progression can include gradually adding weight, either by holding dumbbells, using a backpack with weight, or eventually a bar on your back. Another effective variation is the unilateral elevation, which not only increases the relative load, but also adds a balance component to the exercise. Exercise number 6, incline push-up. The incline push-up is an intelligent variation of the traditional push-up, especially valuable for people over 50 who wish to maintain or develop upper body strength without overloading joints. This exercise offers all the fundamental benefits of the classic push-up, but with an adjustable level of difficulty and less stress on the joints. This movement intensely works the pectoral muscles, triceps, and core stabilizers, maintaining the fundamental pushing function that we constantly use in daily life, from getting out of bed to pushing away heavy objects. The ability to push with force is a crucial component of functional independence as we age. To execute it correctly, find a stable, elevated surface. It can be a table, a kitchen counter, the back of a sofa, or even a wall for easier versions. Position your hands on the surface, at shoulder width or slightly wider. Step your feet back until your body forms a straight, diagonal line. Keep your core activated and spine neutral, without excessive arching in the back. Bend your elbows, bringing your chest toward the surface, and then push back to the starting position. A common error is allowing the hips to drop or rise during the movement, which compromises the core work and can overload the lower back. Another frequent mistake is positioning the hands too close together, which unnecessarily increases tension in the shoulders and elbows. Remember that the goal is to create a healthy and sustainable movement pattern. For those starting after 50, I recommend 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, with a 60-second interval between them. Start with a higher incline, and gradually decrease the height as you gain strength. An additional benefit of this approach is that you can precisely track your progression, starting, for example, with wall push-ups, moving to the kitchen counter, then to the sofa arm, and so on. The secret is to keep technical quality first. It's preferable to perform fewer repetitions with perfect form than to compromise execution to increase volume. The incline push-up is an exercise where proprioception, the perception of your body in space, is as important as raw strength. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to grow with you. As you strengthen, you can progress to the traditional push-up on the floor, and eventually, to more challenging variations like the decline push-up. This natural progression allows years of continuous development, maintaining appropriate stimuli to preserve and increase muscle mass, something critically important after 50, when sarcopenia becomes a significant concern. If you enjoyed this and also want to discover 6 isometric positions that can heal years of neglect with the lower body, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each of them better. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching this far, and may God bless you, my friend.